Okay, so I turned off my wheel because I'm just gonna use it as my workstation. And then I had those dents, so I kind of made them work with me by making some dents along the whole thing. My lid seems to be fitting pretty well. If you're gonna alter your body, you just want to make sure that your opening stays, you know, circular. All right, so I have this spout, and I'm just gonna play with placement. The one thing about the function of the teapot is that you want to make sure that wherever you want to fill your water line to, if my water line's here, the bottom of my spout needs to be above wherever I want my water to be. So for example, if my spout was like this, I'd only be able to fill my water up to here. So I just want to, you know, not only think about like the look of it, but also about the function of it. So normally, you know, our spouts are flat, the base, but we can angle them. Okay, so we can think about that. So I think that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is cut this on an angle, and I like to use a wire tool, but you can use an X-Acto knife also and just cut. So I'm just going to take this and go up maybe like a ½ inch and then cut down into the bottom of my piece. And we'll see if that's enough, because I also had a little bit of a bottom from when I took it off. So that I might actually have to go a little bit more, because when I threw it off the hump, I had a little bit of a connection there. So I'm gonna do a little more. My spout's gonna get a little smaller. So I'm just cutting like at an angle down to the bottom. Right, that's a little better. So you see what we have here. This is my opening. I can cut a little bit of this off if I want to make it have not so much bulk when I attach it, or I can leave it if I want this bulk to like smooth in to my pot. But just kind of refine this part of your spout before you go to attach anything. Okay. So have that pretty well set up, and then I'm going to again see how it feels on my piece. Maybe I cut it at too much of an angle. Just kind of like think about like how it's gonna pour. So the bottom of my spout is right there, so I can fill it all the way up to the top. I want to make sure that it's straight. All that good stuff. With this one, I had, you know, it dented, so I have like a flat part to put on it. If I was putting it on a round spot, I'd be doing the same thing. You know, it just kind of would be like forming around the round spot instead. All right, I'm gonna go back over here. I feel like this might be too much of an angle, so I'm gonna lessen that a little bit by just cutting a little bit off right there. Okay, and then test that on again. So if I have the bottom of my spout, think about that still. All right, now I'm gonna mark. Watch your lid. You might want to take your lid off for this part. But I'm just gonna mark really lightly. how my spout is on my piece. So the bottom of my spout is right there, top of my spout is right there, side, side. Okay. So then I know this is where my spout's gonna go. I want to think about, do I want a strainer spout or do I want just a hole in my piece? I usually do the strainer spout, so I'm going to take my lid off so it's not going to fall off. And I'm just going to go into the center of my piece and I'm going to give a little pressure. So I'm just like making this a little bit concave where I know my opening is. And I'm feeling the other side with my hand just to make sure I don't get it too thin. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my hole puncher and make my holes for my spout. It doesn't matter how many. Or where they are. You just want to make sure that you're going where the hole is and that they're pretty clean. Okay. So I'm gonna pop those out, and you can try to like clean them up a bit right now. If you're not gonna be able to get to these again, so clean that up. And then I'm gonna attach my spout. So I'm just gonna make some scratching around where I know the wall is gonna be. Same thing on my spout.